Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for joining me. I started this a little bit late. My apologies. I had some other stuff I needed to do. But right now we're going to talk about learning the lore because it seems it seems that more and more people are coming in to the foodie beauty verse, and it can be obvious when you don't know what you're talking about. When you're gonna say certain things that most of us that have been around maybe even for a few months know is completely incorrect, when you state facts that are not correct, when you say things that are just blatantly not obvious and are false, when you even just do a Google search. So learning the lore and knowing what you're talking about is crucial, because then you're going to make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes can cost you um a lot. Maybe people will just laugh at it, but sometimes it erodes at your credibility, because then you're saying certain things that a lot of people just know is not right or not true. And if you're then going to double down on it, then people are like, yeah, I don't want to listen to this because I even know this is not right or not true. But hey, let's do our introductions. Hey, Diane again. Mary, Gemini, hi there. What's up? How you doing? We also got one small moose. How are you doing, Timberly? Hi there. Mary, thanks for modding. Lynn Smith, welcome. We also got Jackie H. We also have Pause and Pose. Lindsay, welcome. And everybody else, hey, Mouse Toes, how you doing? Welcome. If you want to join the panel, join the panel. Hey, and online, Valerie Carpenter, LA, how you doing? Bourgeois B, what's up? Dynamite, how you doing? It ain't that. Cowboy Dog, Corey Coconut, welcome to the chat, everybody, and those that are just listening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A lot is going on, right? Did something happen to this topic? Well, sometimes I think about certain things, and when, like I said, when new people come in, you got to know what you're talking about. You can't just be having people send you clips, because even with that can be a problem. Hey, Jack T, because you got to be aware of why they're sending you clips. There are so many people who are buying this Saint Chantal act. It's mind numbing. Hey, ummy. Okay, has Pete's been missing lately? Yeah, Pete's hasn't been on for a while. Yeah, he hasn't been on for a while. So I have no idea what's going on with Pete's, because now people are worried because we expect him to be on, right? He's been so frequent that now when he's not on, people are like, where the hell is Pete's? So yeah, I actually thought did something happen to Pete's? Is he okay? Because it's coming up to not not even 48, nearly 72 hours we haven't seen Pete's. In fact, because when was the last time we saw him? Today's Saturday. I think the last time we saw him was it Wednesday or was it Thursday? Something like that. I think it was Wednesday. Monty, do you think Salah made her take off in a cab? Um, Maybe. I have no idea with it. Like for me, I'll just be guessing whether or not it was Salah or it's her. Like she was having problems breathing properly when she was sitting down in an AC'd room at her place. And once again, the AC was running. So if you're gonna have a problem when you're veiled up like that and you're sitting down, you're not even moving, and it's hard to breathe, then you're gonna have a problem when you're outside. Yeah, she was having an extremely hard time. So 4 hours ago, she posted a picture with her sunglasses and her nose, mouth, area is not covered up. So she's back to the hijab, I guess. Let's see what it says. So let me share my screen. I'll also wait to see if people want to join, and let's take a look at this because I haven't seen it. All right, so what does it say? It says, "Hi guys, I know I may confuse a lot of you as my actions and words contradict each other a lot. Upon self reflection, I concluded to myself that this is due to a combination of factors. One being that I am in a foreign country adapting to the culture here. I am also learning about Islam. I am also impulsive in the worst way. Seriously, do you know anyone more impulsive than me? I doubt it. I also wanted to try the niqab again. I may wear it from time to time if I feel more comfortable. I learned more that the niqab is more of a cultural aspect and not required by Allah in Islam. I am still in between religions, for lack of better term, and I mean no disrespect to Muslims, quite the opposite. I am fascinated and eager to immerse in the culture. This is the best way I can explain my brain for today. Thanks, guys. No matter what you wear or what you believe, I wish you all a wonderful day, except for a few people. Lol. Okay. So no more niqab, even though it wasn't a niqab, as it wasn't. Um, but hey, that's what she said, and I guess that's what she's gonna go with. Okay, cool for her. Once again, if you want to join. She was already more of like she's trying to do a niqab, but it was more litham. So we've actually gone over this because somebody informed us that how she wore it, her eyebrows and her forehead were still visible. So it's not a niqab, it's a litham. So let me put that up here. Cowboy Dog says just a costume. Uh-huh. Yeah, some people are getting really pissed because they're feeling like as if she is wearing it like a costume. All right. Let me check if anybody wants to come on. But I'm gonna talk about something that is possibly happening. I'm not really sure. Let me go to the community tab of this other channel because they were saying that they were gonna do a live shahada. And if you know what that is, well, a lot of us are kind of knowing what that is right now because of we've kind of been immersed in the names in terms of certain things. So if you don't know what the Shahada is, well, let me explain it to you. It's the profession of faith, the belief that there is no God but God and Muhammad is the messenger of God. So you say your Shahada, and then you're welcomed. excuse me. I don't know what's up with me. Give me a second here. Let me check if I have any messages. No, it seems that I do not. Let me check the Twitters. So I was going through my I was going through YouTube and I stumbled upon a channel, a Canadian channel. It's called The Three Muslims. And just by happenstance, Foodie Beauty, was wearing her niqab, although once again it's a litham. And they actually in their community tab had a questionnaire, and their questionnaire was this. So let me put this on here. Okay, it was this channel, The Three Muslims. This is a Canadian channel, by the way. So they pretty much was asking their community who wants live shahada with Christian subscriber in 12 hours Saturday at 12 p.m. EST. So in about 10 minutes they might drop a video of somebody taking the vow, which is coincidentally, I'm like, okay, cool. What a coincidence that I stumbled upon a channel run by three Muslim, I believe they're all guys, three Muslim men, and somebody's gonna take the Shahada in 10 minutes if I guess a lot of people say yes. I guess most people said yes, right? So let me see. Drop it is at 92%. Yeah. So yeah, that's it was super interesting. Mausto says it's not possible to do Muslim my way as she claims. Yeah, there are rules and everything to a lot of stuff. So, she takes things too casually, and that is gonna really upset a lot of people. But back to the lore stuff. So I wanted to talk more about the lore. I was watching the Yo Mama stream, and Yo Mama wished uh I can't know the exact wording he used, but he basically wished another luck on his trial. And the thing is, if you knew the lore, you would understand that the man is up for 271A. So he's up for an SA charge. Why would you say something like that? This is the reason why you gotta know the lore. Because 271 in Canada is anyone who commits an SA. And then the A means it's indictable, as opposed to the B, which is a summary conviction. So this is one of the reasons why you gotta know your stuff. I would like to watch it, says Gemini. Well, it's a the Three Muslims channels are rather large. I'm not sure how they do in terms of copyright. So I can always link the video for you guys to watch it. But remember, in Girl World, there's this thing where people use each other's videos and stuff. That doesn't exist or isn't like that exactly in other communities. So I gotta be very aware of copyright and other things. But I can always link it. Yeah, and then Diane again is saying he's allegedly supposedly facing two grave charges. Exactly. See, this is the reason why you can't just rely on clips, and you got to know and understand the community. Because if you know and understand the the lore and the community, you won't make a mistake. The mistake of wishing good luck to a guy who is charged with a grape charge on somebody else that's part of a community, because that's just a big no and a very sensitive topic. And this is why you gotta take the time and do the work. You got to do the work, just like how I did the work. I took hours of my day. I was doing 16 plus hour days learning about 90 Day Fiance and learning everything I need to learn, so I don't make mistakes that it's obvious that I don't know what I'm talking about, because it is a lot of information. It is a lot of lore. It is a lot of years of foodie beauty, being with Pete's and having two cats in the house. We had back then it was Timbit and it was Jewel, aka Casey, and then after Pete's and her split up, it was BB era, and then after that, she went back with Pete's. But then BBJ was allegedly supposedly lonely, so then we had Sam come in. Yeah, there's a lot to it, and Sam was allegedly thought to be a female cat, but Sam's actually a male cat. Hey, Cypher. So there's a lot to it. Yes, the lure logo is like the movie on Netflix. It is. It is like the movie on Netflix. Okay, all people that Chantel brings to Grow World have been messed up. We just haven't seen Salah's craziness. Yes, a pause and pose. Yeah, we could also talk about that, right? Yeah. Um. So, okay. Let me check my mailbox again. No, nothing. Nothing. Hey, if you want to come up, like I said, we could do a panel together. Tell me what you think about this whole entire situation. We can talk about the foodieverse, the girlverse as a whole. Learning your lore, learning or knowing what you're talking about. That's why Lindsay says that's why I can only watch you, Monty. I know you know what you say. Thank you so much. Life of Lindsay says Salah doesn't seem like a practicing Muslim, much like Nether. He comes across as someone who talks the talk but doesn't walk the walk. Mm-hmm. True. Looks like Pete's will be getting cat food with his payday this week. Yeah, he did say something about that. Hey, Cerinthia, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. Foodie was only there 2 days, and he yeah, nudged her, kicked her. Yeah, I remember that as well. Who knows what's happening in their relationship? I can't really say anything, but let me check on Pete's for a second here. Can you panel link over here, Monty After Dark? Or what do you mean panel link over here? Oh, you mean for you, Mouse Toes? You want to come on panel? If you want to come on panel, I can give you the link. Life Lindsay says, if Aunt Bay is so involved now, then why hasn't she gone to check on the villa, the Kia, and the cats? Oh, good question. I think she's involved over the internet, it seems, as far as I know. I mean, you know what? Some people, say that, they want to help, but then sometimes people only help or don't really want to help. It's only just words. All right, Mouse Toes, I'll give you um the link. There you go. Monty, Jairus says, Monty, I'm just starting to learn about Chris Chan very late, and it makes me wonder how far the foodie lore or even Pete's lore will go. Yeah, very true. I mean, a lot of people are saying this lore might go anywhere, like anything can happen, and then we can look back at things and be like, okay, wow, it's been years in the making. Years in the making. What's going on now? All right, so trying to do something. Okay. All right, Mouse Toes, I see you. All right, turn off your cam. I'm gonna add you in a few seconds. Dot says she abandoned those cats. Still worried about the cats. I am. All right, Mouse Toes, I'm gonna add you right now. Hello.
Hey, Monty, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for putting a link in the side. I think Lindsay was interested in coming up, but like me, she doesn't Instagram or Twitter.
All right. So, what did you want to talk about?
Well, this has just all been mind blowing, particularly being on that little childlike four wheeler.
Yeah.
The whole um, basis of this relationship and videos to eventually be able to get him to Canada was destroyed when she went into Nadu's side chat, right? Of Dee Dee stealing her man.
Yeah.
So now we're at an incredible amount of baby honey cheek pinching, and it just doesn't make any sense while they're trying to still carry the farce on. I mean, it is an absolute farce. It's insane.
Farce as in you think that she's not married.
Right. And we had talked some about, I think he doesn't have papers. Okay. So, and then for if he is indeed Syrian, because honest to goodness, what can we really believe? I think he's as big a liar as she is this marriage would have to be done in, Syria through the ministries, and those things can take forever. And they'll intentionally trip you up just to slow it, with the red tape. So to me, that part is absolutely untrue. But the reality is, we don't even know if he's truly Syrian.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Somebody had made a comment that if he has a like refugee status, he can get certain exemptions. How do you feel about it? Is that actually true?
Yeah,
Or
I'm not sure because he claims to be 29, he looks older to me. That's just my opinion, but you're talking to a 65-year-old woman too, so, you know.
yeah, a lot of things are confusing. I think if I'm really gonna get to the bottom of this, maybe speak to some immigration lawyer or something. I don't know that actually knows, because a lot of people are saying, "Hey, he's a refugee. He's this. He's that. He has certain exemptions as per let me look it up. Let me see what the exact wording was. But somebody had commented on the last, I think, MAD, and
Mhm.
said something about along the lines of, "Hey, he has certain, rights or exemptions, and um, what we think is happening might, not be the case, etc., etc., etc." But then we hear that, oh, he's Bedouin, and you don't really have any rights, and this or that. For me, honestly, I really don't know what's up. So,
And think about it, if he's even a little older than 29, and think of the big, some the news referred to it as an invasion or an immigration of young men between 18 and 23 fleeing from Syria, Afghanistan, crossing into Germany.
hmm.
Um, if he would have to be a little older to have made his way there then. So it's such a disgrace, and it irritates me. And I'm not a Muslim, okay, but it's a beautiful religion that he lets her sit next to him, or he's in the room, and talk about the prayer coming from the mosque when it's a call to prayer. I'm going to do Muslim my way. That's not how that works. And then the insane things she says, like, a religion is about expressing yourself in that religion. Yet she claims to love the culture and the morals and the behavior of the people. And that
Hmm.
is because with Islam, you live that religion every day, from the way you dress, from the way you conduct yourself, the fact that you're not rude. So the things she claims to like is what she doesn't want to do. But how he can, but I mean, we haven't seen him pull over to pray, any of those things. So I don't even know if he is a practicing Muslim, but gosh, I could not let someone, I was raised a Catholic, I'm not a Catholic, but I couldn't let someone sit next to me and just tell face lies about Catholicism without going, hey, that's actually not true. And this is why. You don't have to lie about something, just tell the facts of it. A religion is a fact, it has basic tenets, and so does Islam. So those things just creep me out that he says nothing to her to correct it.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
Yeah,
Mary says, "I highly doubt he is Muslim, and if he is, then he's not practicing for sure."
yeah.
Yep.
Hmm. And so then why? Well, now we have to trust first that he's Syrian, right? That she told the truth when they were talking on Tinder, that when he got a wife, she would wear an abaya and a hijab. We don't even know if that's true, but if he were not a practicing Muslim, that wouldn't be the case. Like, they haven't gone to the big Friday market, which is selling food, fresh food, vegetables, clothing, all those things, where you would see all the school teachers from the UK. You would see the big international groups. Now, no one's wearing a mini skirt, okay, or shorts as a female, but to see the normality of the way people can dress there. You can still wear, an elastic waist skirt down to your ankles with sandals and a shirt covering your shoulders and arms. So it doesn't make sense to me why she's wearing this large robe, because it certainly doesn't make her look slimmer. And it's hot as heck in that thing. So not taking us out really into the public where you see people, women particularly, dressed differently and quite beautifully.
I see. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mouse Toes. There's a lot to this. And Mary's like, yeah, they haven't gone to Juma on not even one Friday. Exactly. I've noticed that as well. Life in Style by Liz says, hey, Monty, have you seen the community post that shows the apartment they live in is furnished with a blue couch? There's an ad on Twitter showing those for rent. I have not seen this. So if anybody knows what where this link is to this, then please send me a message, Twitter or Instagram, and then we can all take a look at it.
It was apartments for rent in Faja Hill, and they just happened to have a blue couch in one of them, but they were all unfurnished.
I see. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. What did you say? It was what?
It was apartments for rent in Faja Hill. I think it's Fahaheel or Falaheel.
Oh, Faha Heel. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what this was on which website? On Twitter, there was an ad, or
Oh, Edna's gonna look. She saw it on Twitter. She's gonna try and find and send it to you because I don't Twitter.
okay. Yeah, I have not seen it. Hey, what's up? One bourbon, one scotch. Did I get a lot of snow? When? Yesterday or today? Not so much yesterday, and none so far today. Okay, so it was on Twitter. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, we could take a look at this.
Monty, do
Um,
y'all have furniture rental places in Canada like we do in the US where you can go rent, a double bed, end tables, pay a small amount of rent to rent to put
rent to
into your
own.
apartment? Yeah. Okay.
You mean
Well,
rent to own?
yeah, in Kuwait, they're either dark red, orange, or they're that fuzzy blue. So
Oh, those are
mhm,
rent to own.
yes, always saw
Okay.
windows there, rent to own. Yeah.
Okay, well that kind of actually makes sense because I was if she was gonna buy that couch herself, I'm gonna be like, where is she getting the money?
hmm
Because it's like we know she's tight on money because her income wasn't that much. So I'm like, man, she is getting an apartment, she's getting this, she's getting that, and she's not a saver.
Right.
So I was like, where's she getting this money?
And I like that you always try to tell the facts of what's happened over the years with her. So I totally dig that you were talking about the lore because once somebody starts something incorrect, it just perpetuates it in every side chat, then it makes its way into panels like it's the truth. And I had typed in your side chat, no one has to exaggerate or make her look worse because the reality of the things she said and that are in everybody's archives, you can't make her look worse. So to me, there's no point in trying to exaggerate it because she's a
E-
criminal. It's pitiful.
Yeah, very true. And this is one of the problems of it seems the community is once again the making up of stuff. It's like people you don't gotta make stuff up. I cannot stand when people just make shit up or they just don't know the lore and they say certain things which is obviously incorrect. And then you have a few people in the site just like, no, that is wrong because they know it's wrong, but then people still perpetuate it, and that is like a very huge problem, and it seems to be continuing because it is a lot. Like when Foodie Beauty was streaming last year and earlier this year, and you have like 8 to sometimes even 12 hours of stuff to go over, it is a lot. But it's either you go over it and you know what's going on, or you maybe get your information from a trusted source, or just don't go over it and then just don't make stuff up.
Exactly. Just tell it like it is. That's what you have always done, in my opinion, watching.
Well, thank you so much, Mostozer. I appreciate it. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're still waiting on this furniture stuff, but that's very interesting that there's actually rent to own places
hmm
for furniture, which is okay, cool.
Yeah. Because think about people aren't there long term, but they don't want to necessarily get a furnished place with older mattresses, and it's a sweaty place, so you're not
Hmm.
gonna wanna be sitting on some of that funky stuff, and I'm not one for putting plastic on a sofa, so
Right, exactly. You're so right. Man, I'm looking at some of these furniture places and oh, crap, like the dinar is like 1,000 dinar for a couch.
mhm,
Are you kidding me? And then you times that by 4.4 for Canadian money. This is like a $4,400 Canadian dollar sofa bed.
and you
Holy
remember
crap.
before she went over there, I'm telling you, my belief is she thought she was gonna be a rock star over there. Seriously, like, living that rock star lifestyle with that Canadian dollar, and thought, "Oh,
Hmm.
this girl don't know how to math," or did he tell her that also? So, I mean, every video you'll watch, if anyone there is, "Look at this mascara, it's $12, 12 pounds where I'm from." I mean, it's like having a wet vac, stuck into your wallet. So, but she had the math wrong and thought she'd really be something special over there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's waking up to a harsh reality, I
Yeah.
guess. But yes, so this Faha Hill area seems to uh mm, I wonder what is the allure of this area, because if I had this information before, I kind of look into it and see what kind of area this is. It doesn't look that bad. And if you're trying to figure out if Faha Hill, it's Fahaheel, as Mouse Toes has advised me. Uh, Lindsay says the Cuba rage was only 8 months ago.
Well,
True, only 8 months ago. Hey, Mary Higgs.
it feels like it was longer than that because I swear it was so shocking that it's like your mind kind of puts that in a little index card somewhere where you don't want to think about it again because it was I don't what's a better word than vile? I don't know a better word, for how disgusting that was. I have never thought any of those things, much less let it roll off my tongue.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, some of the words and things that was coming out of her mouth was like, OMG. And she was just on this hours long rant. I'm like, how can you say such vile things in such consecutive order for hours? It was
Mhm.
exhausting even listening to her.
Yes. Oh, Corey Coconut nailed it. Repulsive. That's perfect. And I'm gonna ask Lindsay in the side chat, you wanted to come up. Are you coming up? Or if you ask Monty if you can come up with a link in the side.
Who's trying to come up?
Lindsay, Lindsey, not Life of Lindsay, Lindsay.
Okay, Life of Lindsay says, Monty, hear me out. Salah's family has a business, and when Salah gets to Canada, they will send money, and the conversion will provide a lot for him. Then he sponsors mom and dad to come over. I do think there will be a sponsorship on his end as well. Like as soon as he gets there, he is gonna get his other family members up there.
Mhm.
I think that is what's going on. All right, Lindsay, if you want to come up, you're gonna have to turn on your cam not so I can verify you. Um, Mukbangs are awesome. Says she has a serious personality disorder, IMHO, in my humble opinion. Okay.
Shoot. Lindsay has kids gone. She could if she had her kids gone, maybe next time. Okay, I might have misunderstood.
Okay, I see.
Oh, remember all the children they showed? And remember, what was it, like 6 months ago? We all had to set our channels to where we would not, show, no children. Was it children's content? I was really shocked, but that's the first time I've seen, him actually animated and happy, like he had a real life grin, the eyebrow was down, he wasn't posing, that he seemed to really adore them. But I thought that will be the stream of people who he'll then try to, or well, not try, but will effectively get into Canada, because that's exactly like, Life Lindsay was saying. It will be a stream of people, parents, brothers, sisters, wives,
Hmm.
nieces, nephews, and then it's just insane, you know.
Yeah, well, hey, Canada has an aggressive immigration program. I mean, I can't say don't come here. Actually, I would say, hey, come here of your own merit. If you want to come here, it's going to cost you some money. It's going to cost you time, but if you make it through the immigration process,
Hmm.
then congratulations on and welcome to Canada. I'm not gonna
Oh
hate
yeah.
on a guy
Mm-mm.
for trying to better his life because I was in the same boat. I'm an immigrant as well, so I'm gonna share the love and welcome him to a country where it's more fair to him,
Hmm.
where you don't get, well, I can't even say you don't get shitted on. You do get shitted on, but it's fairer than other places in the world because some places in the world anybody can come in when they have authority. They could be police or army come in and they'll just take everything that you've worked
Yes.
decades to own, and
Oh, it's
that's
hor-
not right.
Hey, Monty, I'll have you know I'm a Newfie. I was born in Newfoundland. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my dad was in the service, and at 18, I had to decide whether I would be a Canadian or an American citizen. And it was like a big discussion with my dad on having to decide that because I couldn't be dual. And so that was very interesting. But yeah, it's like I have no issue with anybody going to any country. I just don't know how big a market there is for the one handed Twinkle Twinkle Little Star keyboard player. It's just like,
Hmm.
wow. It's just like, oh my goodness. But this farce is up, yet they keep doing it. And nothing, in my opinion, was more pitiful than that four-wheel small thing. And did you see the filth in that desert? Jerry cans, sofa cushions. I told you it's like extremely dirty there. It's filthy.
Yeah, it's like people just throw out their garbage there and then that's it. Somebody else clean it up, right? It's like
Mhm,
no one has any respect for, but you've talked about that. Like they just
mhm,
throw trash in the desert like that. They just throw stuff all around, all over the place.
mhm. It's why when you went and took us into that big mall with the gleaming floors, believe me, people are just walking through there, dropping their cup, and there are people scurrying around to keep it clean. But that sand coughs up hundreds of years of garbage, Coke cans, bottles, old medicine bottles. I mean, it's quite the thing to go dig in, or I can imagine metal tech detecting there would be mind blowing. And think about how they get all the sandstorms, more stuff blows in. But yeah, that was just filthy.
I see. Okay. All right. NSS, sorry, I can't find the post again. It was a listen for a two bedroom furnished apartment, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Is that what you mean? 2 bedroom slash 2 bath furnished apartment that appears to be similar to Foodie Beauty's current place. Okay.
Yes. Life of Lindsay, that's cold, and I like it. Foodie's natural habitat. No wonder she likes it.
How did
My,
you like? Yeah. How did you like his skills
oh, please.
on that originally labeled a doom buggy? What's with this misinformation? It's like he calls Pomeranians Chihuahuas.
Mhm.
He calls, what else was it? He said that he called deer gazelles, I believe is
Yes.
what he said. What else was misinformation that he totally said it was one thing when it was clearly another? I forgot. It was the Pomeranians, the gazelle. He was saying there were gazelles at the world's largest pet place,
Mhm.
and they were actually deer because they had the spotting and not like the streaks like the gazelles.
Yeah.
There was something else he said that was
This
clearly incorrect.
this is the sad reality, is he is not the sharpest crayon in the box. I mean, he is dumber than a bag of hammers sometimes, and it's not, a language barrier, it's
Yeah,
just dumb. But, if it were you or I trying to pose for that camera, raise the eyebrows, suck in our gut, right? With our fresh what's he get a haircut every 10 days? And forever she had those growing out modest fingernails on the ends of her finger. Is he is just such a poser, head to the side. I've never seen nothing like it in a man. He's just I like my
yeah.
men more macho,
He's
I'm sorry.
he's constantly eye screwing the camera.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, it's gross. It's very
He
close.
is. He is. Um, but yeah, and I'm like, how can he not correct her until it was a little bit too late? She did change it to
Hmm.
I guess the ATVs. She changed it like riding four wheelers, but before she had it as dune buggies, I'm like, Salah didn't really mention to you that they're not dune buggies and they're ATVs, they're four wheelers. It's like,
I can imagine them driving home. We get the cheap scenic tour with a cell phone. In the name of God, buy a camera. Okay. Is going home, they're going, "Oh my God, this content is epic. Did you see me, baby, zooming around in the dune buggy? Oh, if I wouldn't have had to have this hijab, my hair would have been blowing back in the wind." They so they think this content was just going to be shocking and wonderful. Instead, she couldn't get it into another gear because sadly she's too big and it's a tiny one, you know?
you think that was the problem?
Yes. Yeah, because you hear the thing on
Yes, I did. I did. And people are like, it has a weight capacity. It has a weight capacity. It has a weight capacity. And I was just like, you know what? I'm kind of laughing on the inside. I'm like, this is so sad and so wrong all at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, I felt bad for my own thoughts, but, they showed her getting it off of it, but they didn't show her getting on because I promise you, he had to
She
help
has
her.
a hard time. Yes, she has a hard time
Yes,
mounting. She would.
but
So good
imagine
thing that was a good catch, Mouse Toes. Yeah,
yeah,
people. She has a
ima
hard time mounting.
imagine if they rented 2 of them, right? And he could have been going less than 1 mile an hour next to her, and they could have had that heavy breathing accomplice they had, filming them as they rode towards the sun, touching fingertips, steering these teeny tiny kids' four-wheelers side by side. That would have been epic, and a picture that would sear into our mind the depth of their love, Monty. But
It
no,
would
it
be.
didn't happen.
It would be.
Yeah. They couldn't even pull that off because they only had 1, and I promise you, they may have tried to get them both on it, and the thing probably flipped backwards, it popped a wheelie all by itself.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was pitiful out there, it was very pitiful, and then the other thing got me was when she says she offers the women, "Let me help with dinner," and they say, "No, no, just sit and relax." Their kitchens are tiny, she's very large. And that I don't
Oh,
mean that to be mean either, but my gosh, her arms can only reach my brother weighed 13 pounds. And my dad said for months my mother had to wash dishes sideways at the sink. He would have
mhm.
to, help her brush her teeth, at
Yeah.
one point to be able to rinse her mouth. And he said it was just hysterical to him because my mother was 5'10" and always slender till she had this giant baby boy just during the pregnancy. So I think about her in a kitchen would take up a lot of the room, and I think they see that she doesn't wash her hands, etcetera. They're
And
very
plus,
clean people.
yeah, she also seems to be very clumsy.
Oh, yeah, the lack of coordination's mind-blowing. S
Hmm.
Yeah, and cowboy dog's right. Everything is imported there, and that's why the prices are jacked up,
All
but
right.
go
Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. No, you go
But
ahead.
you can eat at, Turkish restaurants there, Kuwaiti restaurants there, very affordable food, and I mean, it's vegetables, a small amount of meat, lots of bread, so they just choose to eat, the fast foods and the sliders and the things that aren't it wouldn't be in his normal diet, but I honestly think from the way he acted in these restaurants that he hasn't even eaten in a lot of these, himself, so and remember he's gained some weight, from it because he looked very excited, eating some foods he had never eaten before, and I was excited for him, I was like, "Well, there's something, right?"
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he seems to be gaining that weight like everybody else is saying. All right,
Yeah.
so we got Kuwait dinar 25 it seems. So
Mhm.
is this a place like per day?
Yeah, I think it's, what do you call it? Like, you can rent monthly or nightly, like an extended stay,
Okay, like
what I
monthly,
understood.
bi-weekly, weekly, or daily.
Mhm.
So it seems this is the daily rate because I'm like 25. This seems like a daily rate. So you
Mhm.
do like 25 by times 3. So how much is that? That's like 750 dinar a month. And you times that by 4.4. So that's like 3 grand a month in Canadian for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I guess this makes sense. So
Mhm.
who's he living here with? It seems like this is a move with family. I think they're splitting this.
Yeah, now this is not what they're in because this actually has a kitchen. My
Hmm.
husband's apartment was 3750 US dollars a month. And it
I
was a
see.
two-bedroom, two-bath with a fitted kitchen. But when I tell you it was some beautiful furniture, I mean, it was some beautiful furniture. The
Nice.
kitchen was fully fitted, with nice pots and pans, like, dishes for 12, towels, the whole 9. But this actually has a kitchen on it from the pictures, and what they're in, remember, they've had to create a kitchen with a hot plate that I do not like that. They got a custom table, but she could get hurt in there because literally those pots are at eye level for her. It's no shame in being short. We have no control over our
Hmm.
height, but I hated her in there cooking. And I thought, oh my God, she could literally get splattered in the face or something pop in her eye. But this that you're showing has a kitchen. What they're in does not have a kitchen. They're creating a kitchen, in my opinion, in a small closet.
Okay, I see. Well, hey, if they're doing whatever they got to do, so
Yes. Yeah.
they're making use of the
Mhm.
place. But yeah, I'm not even sure if they have a 1 bedroom or is it a two. I have no idea, but it would make sense if they do have a 2 bedroom that they move in
Yes.
with his other family members because he did say he has a big family. There was
Yes.
a reason when they went to that zoo the first time, that blue car in front of them, they blurred the license plate. And you
Mhm.
did call it mouse toes. You're the one who said it's most likely a family vehicle, and then me going out with family this entire time, and you were right.
It is just he's a grown man, regardless, but you have to realize he's the shining star of that family, and that I don't mean this cruelly, but this is a pay pig in her. So we're gonna bring her over here, and she's our key to somewhere better. I would not do that to my brother. Okay. I'd be like, yeah, bro, this is a hard no. Okay, you get yourself off Tinder and we're gonna build a life here because you ain't getting with that. You're not even gonna fake it on some videos getting with that. It just makes me sad. So it's very ugly to say that, but why else would they tolerate her? Doesn't make sense. The whole thing's depressing. And then the face veil. I'm not a Muslim, but it infuriated me because the Quran says you can show your face and hands only. It doesn't say anything about that veil. And I remember when she said, "Oh, that my hijab is no different than wearing when Catholics wore a veil." We literally wore a handkerchief under our head. We didn't cover our hair.
Hmm.
It was just a handkerchief, that sort of thing. So it's not the same thing at all, but it infuriates me that he lets her do it because the friends I have who are Muslim women are so lovely, so elegant, so clean, so charming, and represent Islam so well. And they are happy. They're not wearing a costume. They are following Islam, right? Of only showing their face and hands. Nothing said to cover their face. Yeah, Edna said she used the word hide, very telling. I want to hide myself and only my what husband has the pleasure of seeing my face, the pleasure of seeing your face. I don't miss seeing that face. I don't. But I don't like it's so fraudulent to me. It's a costume. And if he were a true Muslim that he lets her do it, makes me mad and I'm not even a Muslim. So I don't like posers. So this is the worst arc she's ever gone on, but he's a straight up
Hmm.
in my opinion. So the whole thing makes me sad because I've lived in Morocco, Kuwait, and there's something it's indescribable about it because it is wonderful, right? But no one is faking it. We go as Christians and fit in. And I think my blood pressure went up when she said, "I want to try." Ramadan, try Ramadan. When my husband was there, they had to put up mini blinds in the offices, the glass doors,
Mm-hmm.
windows, and for him to eat, okay, he had to lock the door because if he didn't, and someone opened that door and caught him eating, even as a non-Muslim, he would have been in trouble. Because that you don't try it, you respect it, right?
Yeah.
Is yeah, you don't have to practice it, but you're not going to sit in a restaurant eating looking out the window, right? As people walk by or they spread out their prayer rug to pray at the sidewalk. You're not going to be munching or drinking at a window, but it's not something you try. It's a celebration, a celebration. Gosh, I get the red ass over little things, don't I? Got to.
No, but what you're saying is true because a lot of people have said the same thing. Like it's very serious, and they will take a lot of offense. And some
Yeah.
people, will get very angry that you're doing that. So, if Foodie Beauty thinks if she's not able to maybe do fasting, maybe when she comes back to Canada and see how that goes for her, then there might be a huge problem if she's gonna come back in March to April and be in a country that is taking Ramadan extremely seriously, and then it's either she has to leave because everybody is taking it seriously. You can't just go out and eat in front of people and apologize because you made a mistake. It's not
Mhm.
like that. Yeah. So you're
And
you're completely right.
I think that's what when she said she would come back, in March or April, that's what made me think, "Oh, maybe they're gonna try and fulfill this farce through actual" if he's Syrian, we don't know, we can't believe nothing, right? That they would maybe have some paperwork then that they were legally married or whatever. To
Hmm.
me, it would take much longer than that, but why would she go back? She doesn't leave the house. She said, "I won't go anywhere without him," which is very smart in her case. But if she's in a little neighborhood, she could certainly walk to the convenience store. It's usually in that same block. There are small things she could safely do. But now we're hearing, oh, we have these close friends. Of course, they're his close friends. So there would be another woman to walk with her to the store or something like that. But we know her. I wish she did not have such anxiety, but we've seen her have it walking into the Orange Julius or whatever, so that's why I'm pretty sure she's not gonna be walking around Canada with a face veil and this whole outfit. But what would be the reason to go back in March and April? It sure ain't for content, okay, or being with him because it just doesn't even seem real to me.
Hmm.
So the only thing that seems is maybe there would be some paperwork back then. And I can tell you, at her size, I think you may likely agree, it is very unsafe for her to keep flying frequently at this weight. I mean, I just worry for blood clots, that sort of thing. She did it the first time pretty much effortlessly, but I don't know how many times she could do that. Healthy people struggle to fly internationally a lot, you know,
Yeah.
normal people.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
But hey, she's a grown woman. She should know the risk. People have told her get compression stockings, and you gotta get up and walk around. You gotta make sure that nothing happens to you on those long flights. But at the end of the day, that's her issue, her problem. She's an adult. She's
Hmm.
been warned. She's got to do what's best for her.
And Bourgeois B in the side chat said they were in the UAE during Ramadan and took it very serious, and it was hella hot, with nothing to drink. Mary says,
Mhm.
Jens is going to outlive us all. Yeah, her quality of life may not be what we would want, but you might be right. Yeah, so because yeah, I just this thing has played out, and I don't can't imagine what she's going to do there to the end of January, but I don't expect more exciting content. And just watching her channel blow up, and even though she says I don't need the money, we know she needs the money. And I hate to see her get herself in a financially vulnerable place because she can't exactly go work, stand for hours at a cash register. So all those things kind of make me sad for her because she does not have skills or, to even physically stand up, ringing up groceries as a cashier.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, but thanks for all the stuff that you share with us, the lives that you do, gives us a place to vent. And of course, for Mary, the best mod, I'm pretty sure, on the planet, keeping it fun in the side chat and the stuff y'all do. I appreciate it. And thanks for, even though I don't have those Instagram and Twitter, for giving me a link. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You always come up on panels and give us good insights on a lot of things, and that's going on. Like, your insights are amazing. Like I said, when you talked about the whole car thing, that was very insightful. When you said, "Hey, that's most likely a family member," and you were right, because he did say he has a big family member, and since the gig is up, you've
Yeah,
noticed how all the family members are now coming out the woodwork, and the kids are on camera, even though I do think they shouldn't be on camera. But
yeah. They're like cockroaches scurrying from the light, but in this case, coming into the sandy light. So yeah, it's very fun to me. But all right, have a good day, and thanks, Monty and Mary, for all y'all do.
yeah, you're welcome, mouse toes. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves.
Bye bye.
All right, bye bye. So okay, we're gonna do a last call for anybody that wants to come up. Send me a message on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll put you on panel. Like, say what you need to say or want to say. Um, like, originally we started. There's a reason why you have to learn the lore, because there's a lot of people coming in each and every day. There's new channels coming up. Like, 6 months ago, the foodieverse was a bit different than what it was now. Like, there's been new channels that have come up that are talking, that get an audience that weren't around or weren't so profound just 6 months ago. So there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of channels that come and go. Uh, and hey, so a lot going on, and a lot more will go on. So we shall see what happens with Foodie Beauty in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, the year is practically up, and we're going to be in 2023. Erado says, Monty, did you see what barbecue chicken alluded to on a post about Foodie? I did not see that. I did not see that at all. So I would have to check the community tab, I guess, because there's just so many things going on. Um, yeah. Uh, this live mainly. We do and talk about other things, but hey, originally, this stream was about the lore. You got to know your lore. You got to know what you're talking about. Is it on Twitter? I have no idea. I Diane again says we can tell they aren't having relations, because even with BB, she glows when she's getting it. Was she glowing when she was getting it with BB? Oh yeah. All right. Tip Top says I think it's one bed each. Oh, Errata says she commented on how Foodie Beauty was holding her male child. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, how am I supposed to comment on that? Cypher says BB was more worried about getting his next Call of Duty match in. I was about to say that. I'm like, BB was really worried about, how she was holding the younger male child. I see. Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, BB was more worried about getting his next his next PUBG or Call of Duty match in, rather than anything else. I mean, that relationship was done for quite some time. But yeah, was it creepy the way she was holding the kids? I'm gonna have to Uh, I'm gonna have to take a look back at that, I guess. I didn't notice anything, so I'm gonna have to check back. But okay, if people are saying that she was holding them different, it was creepy, really? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I mean, I have no comment at this moment because I'm gonna have to look at that. Okay. I don't even know what to say to that. Pause and Pose says she was uncomfortable is why. Okay. Gal Charlotte says a lot of relationships are done before they are over unless the sex is good. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, one partner feels like the relationship is done while the other might not feel the same way. When is her visa up? The end of January. And we're over the halfway point right now. So we're going to have to figure out whether or not. Well, actually, I think most likely she's going to stay until January because before it was she's going to come home the end of November. That didn't happen. So I think since we're over the halfway mark, it makes more sense that she's gonna keep at it and she's gonna leave the end of January when her visitor visa is up, and then come back allegedly, supposedly, when Ramadan starts in the midst of Ramadan. Timberly says she has always said she hates kids, so I am sure she is acting. Yeah, she said she doesn't like kids, and then all of a sudden she found a guy and she's gonna adopt kids, and then it was back to not liking kids and talking shit about Ethan, and then she likes kids again and is gonna adopt, and she's gonna use somebody's womb. Then it was I'm gonna get a womb transplant, and then after that it was no, I'm just gonna adopt. And it's like, okay, which one is it, Foodie? Do you like kids or not like kids? Because I mean, would I want somebody who blatantly tells me they don't like kids to adopt a child? Because if you're gonna constantly say you don't like kids, then why would you be adopting a child? Like, I would worry about the circumstances, of that child when, they're in an environment with somebody who's constantly saying they don't like kids. Tiger Paw and Bambino is like, she's not a natural with kids. I guess so. And yeah, Timberly says she aborted the two she was gifted, so she doesn't need any. Yeah. If you thought she only had one abortion, no, she had two. She said that in early April. A guy called it was like a mix of my name and Manzi. It was like Manzi was the guy's name. Manzi. She can adopt his kid allegedly. We shall see what happens with that. We shall definitely see. All right. People are like, is a womb transplant a thing? Yeah, a uterine transplant is a thing. It does happen. So, yeah. Why do I never use when seasons changes for intros and outros? I gotta remaster that. So in time, when I do get the time, I will be remastering seasons change. Maybe I'll one day be on Instagram doing duets. Seasons change, seasons change duets. We shall see. But that time has not come yet. Okay, so hey, Sonic Kid, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome everybody. Hey, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I would appreciate it. Um, Other than that, I mean, there's always something to talk about. I mean, there's here and there and everywhere. There's always something coming up. So we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna, do this once again. Anybody from the community is welcome to come up and say their piece, because I love hearing from people. You want to do backup on that, Timberly? Okay, cool. But hey, I think I might wrap this up right now. I really appreciate each and every one of you that came in here to listen. I appreciate Mouse Toes for coming on and giving us some knowledge. As who was that guy that had that in my garage? There's this Lamborghini, but the most valuable thing in my garage is these books because of knowledge. Who was that? That was like Kai something, right? Who was that guy? I forgot. No, Ty. It was Ty something. The In My Garage commercials from 2015, 16, 17. But thanks once again, everybody. I am out. I'll be back later for more. Yes, Ty Lopez. Yes, thank you. Thank you, QZ. It was Ty Lopez. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care of yourselves. I'll be back later. Have a good one. I guess we might see Pete's maybe later this evening. If we do, we'll do a Pete stream. Other than that, I'm out. Take care. Bye bye.